Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan. And this video is going to be a very interesting discussion because we are going to talk about a topic that's been widely discussed between, fans of the NFL, particularly fans of the 49ers, because that's who we're talking about. They traded up to the number 3 pick to select, well, that's what the question is. Everyone at the table has a different opinion on who they would take if they were the 49ers. So that's what kind of inspired us to do this video because we thought it'd be a good discussion and we hear a lot of different perspectives and opinions. And hopefully we can hear what you guys think in the comments after this video. So, lots of options for San Francisco. They traded up to get, I wonder who that will be.
It better be a quarterback.
Well, yes,
Oh,
I think
and
we
we
all
all have
agree on
quarterbacks.
that.
We can establish
Yes.
common ground that we all think it's going to be a quarterback.
And
here.
we all are assuming that Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson are gone, which they will be.
Yes.
That
So
is
then
true.
it's a matter of 3 quarterbacks, which we're going to get into: Mac Jones, Trey Lance, or Justin Fields. And I know Ryan's opinion. I'm pretty sure I know Jordan's opinion.
Yeah.
But do you guys just want to start off and say what quarterback we think, and then we can
Yeah.
discuss it? So I'll start. I think it's going to be Mac Jones, Ryan.
Trey Lance.
I'm not too confident yet. It could go either way. So who I'm picking is Justin Fields, but I could also see it going Trey Lance. I'd rather it not be Mac Jones.
Yeah, I think who's the betting favorite right now to go?
Oh,
three?
it's actually
Pretty sure
it's Mac
it's,
Jones. It's Mac
it
Jones.
is?
I
It
think
is Mac
I
Jones.
think it changed to
I'll find
Justin
it.
Fields recently.
There's also like different sites
Because
have
his
different
pro day
things.
happened, I thought it was Justin
Hold
Fields.
on.
I'm not sure, but
I'll find it.
It's going to be close. It's going to be a toss-up, but I'm going to start off giving my Mac Jones argument. Why I think it's going to be Mac Jones is because that's the type of guys the 49ers were looking for when they went out.
Now you're right. Now it is Justin Fields that's favored.
Yes, because his pro day happened. So I'm sure Trey Lance, when he has his second one, he'll probably be the favorite.
No, I don't. No, don't do that.
I'm just saying.
I'm kidding.
But
Are you
anyways.
betting on it?
Yeah, I don't know.
But they went out and they gave Jimmy Garoppolo all this money because the type of quarterback they wanted, the guy they want in their offense, Jimmy Garoppolo, did not live up to the expectations that they gave him. But it's the same prototype of the quarterback that they've been looking for, and I think they still will be looking for, despite Jimmy Garoppolo not being the best so far. I think Mac Jones is by far the most similar to Jimmy Garoppolo in the style of play. Both more the pocket passer type of guys. I think Kyle Shanahan likes his system to just be simple, get the ball out quickly, let's move machine-like, kind of like what Mac Jones was able to do in college. So that's why I think it's going to be Mac Jones. I could also see other routes, but with me, I know that the 49ers like those flashy receivers with their quarterbacks and Kyle Shanahan. It's more of just that pocket type of guy, and that's Mac Jones.
You know, I'm not going to even talk about Justin Fields right now. We'll get to that in a second. But Tyler's argument, in my point of view, explains exactly why the 49ers should not pick Mac Jones. Because, as Tyler said, he's like Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo did not have success in that offense. Why? Because those pocket passers, and I know we can compare Mac Jones to Tom Brady all you want, and I can see the comparisons. Obviously, I don't think he's going to be the GOAT. I think Tyler thinks Mac Jones is going to be the GOAT. But I can see that comparison. However, when you have a pocket passer, it's either that passer has to be really insanely good and really know the game of football like Tom Brady, which is a rare talent. We might not ever see one like it again. He's a GOAT, in my opinion, based off all the games that he's won. So either that, or you have to have a really good receiving core around you when you are a pocket passer. And honestly, I mean, the receiving core in San Francisco has gotten better, but I still don't think it's crazy flashy. They have some guys that like what Ayuk did last year, and some other guys as well on that team. George Kittle is obviously one of the better tight ends in the league. Of course, he's not a wide receiver, but still, who knows? Maybe Mac Jones might actually throw the ball to George Kittle, unlike Jimmy Garoppolo ever did. Don't know why that was a thing. In fact, it wasn't Mullins didn't throw it to him that much either. It was more of Beathard who likes to throw it to him. Anyways, I digress. I'll go back now. So going back to what Tyler said, I just don't think that the 49ers want another Jimmy Garoppolo in their offense. He did some decent things, and yes, I know you can make the argument they went to a Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo. They went to a Super Bowl with that defense, and Jimmy Garoppolo was just someone there that took him there. I don't think they want another pocket passer guy. I think with the talent that they have there and the mindset of Kyle Shanahan, I think they could really use somebody more mobile, at least that's not a complete and solid pocket passer. So for that, I feel like Mac Jones would be the incorrect pick for the 49ers just because I don't want another carbon copy of Jimmy Garoppolo, because if you've watched this channel before, I'm not a big fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, at least
are
with the
Jones.
49ers.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's fair that I can have a chance to rebut what he was saying as well. Because you're right. You're right. What you're trying to say, Jordan, that maybe it would be best for them to go for a different type of quarterback. But their backups were Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard. They could have got other types of quarterbacks. That's clearly the prototype they're looking for their quarterback.
They're backup
I don't
quarterbacks.
think
There's not many
any-
backup quarterbacks that are mobile.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you could go out and find them. They're out there if they want to go and do it. So I don't think that's their type of guy. And I honestly, you're right. You were saying maybe it's not the right decision. I don't think any of these three quarterbacks deserve to go third overall, in my opinion.
That's true.
I think it's Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. Then it's a drop off for the rest of those three where they're kind of close together, not in the 3 range. So I honestly don't think any of them are. But you got to reach on these quarterbacks. So I see what you're trying to say there as well. But I'm not trying to say what exactly would be the correct one, although I think it would be Mac Jones. That's just my personal opinion. But I'm trying to think, what would the 49ers do? How am I going to mock them based on what we've seen with what they have done?
And we could look at it differently. I don't think any of us are going to change our mind. I just feel like if I'm the 49ers, if I'm a fan of the 49ers, which I do like the 49ers, of course, I'm not a 49ers fan. Bears fan all the way. But we kind of are in an iffy season right now, so we'll see how this all goes as a Bears fan. Tyler's a Bears fan too. Ryan's a Texans fan, as you can see by his sweatshirt.
Yes.
You probably can't see it, but he's wearing a Texans sweatshirt. So I do root for the 49ers. They're in a tough division, so it's going to be tough for them either way, no matter who they pick. But I just don't think Mac Jones is the answer. I think they want to change things up a bit, and changing it up with a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields is definitely much different than a pocket passer like Mac Jones or Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's the way they should go. Tyler does not think that way. And now, Ryan, we've heard no murmurs of Trey Lance yet, so...
Yeah, I'll chime in and I'll talk about Trey Lance, of course, because that's who I think it should be. But I want to first comment on some of the things you guys have said.
Okay. Take a side.
Well, no, because I really get both perspectives of it. Because I get Tyler's point of saying that Mac Jones is similar to Jimmy Garoppolo, and there's a lot of similarities in the game, and he can fit well in the system because of that. But then part of me goes like to Jordan's point, which
The system wasn't that good.
which yeah, but no, the system was all right. But also, it's more like you trade up, you give up all this to get a guy that you think is the same thing. Because if you're trading up, isn't that like a statement that you want to get better, that you want something different, that you want something in time? You don't want to say, oh, I think this guy could be like Jimmy and give us a similar type of a dynamic on offense. I think they're trading up because they think someone has a higher ceiling than Jimmy Garoppolo. And I think they still like Jimmy Garoppolo.
It could be Mac Jones that they think is higher.
Yeah,
Talking about
but-
higher
okay,
ceiling,
yeah.
I'll jump on the Trey Lance trade.
Yes, exactly.
Like I said, I'm hesitantly on the Justin Fields
Do you think Mac Jones has the highest ceiling of any of the 3 players? Highest ceiling.
No.
Okay.
Because of his
That's
lack
the
of
lowest.
running ability. But, I mean, you're not just solely trading up for the peak of, like, what you're looking for.
Well, if you're trading up to
I think
3,
you're
you
looking
might be.
for an instant impact that can be consistent in a quick offense like Kyle Shanahan's, and that would be Mac Jones.
Okay, and here's the thing. Like, the fact that the 49ers are still holding on to Jimmy Garoppolo, or, well, they're asking a first-round pick for him, so basically they are holding on to Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that makes me feel even better about taking Trey Lance, because everyone knows that Trey Lance is still a fairly raw prospect. He's not a finished product. Didn't have, the amount of college experience as some of the other top guys, which I think is fine if you don't rush him in. I mean, Patrick Mahomes basically was sat his whole rookie year, and that turned out to be the right move as he sat and developed in that system for a year. I think Trey Lance could do something, but it's not like San Francisco would have to rebuild and wait for Trey Lance. They could go out, try and win a Super Bowl, try and get back to the Super Bowl with Jimmy Garoppolo, which, to Jordan's point, did Jimmy carry them there? No, but they were still able to get there with him, so they have that proof that they can get there with him. Maybe not on his shoulders, but they can get there with Jimmy
If
Garoppolo.
you're trading up to 3, you're trying to trade up for someone that not only can just get carried by your defense, but also can physically do the work to get you to the Super Bowl, not just be along for the ride.
No, I know, I get that, but I really think that...
And that's why I think Trey Lance could be that guy. I'm agree with you.
Yeah, yes, but with Trey Lance, I'm a little hesitant with just throwing him into the fire. If they really feel he's ready, I still let Jimmy Garoppolo play. If it goes really bad,
If they draft Trey Lance, they have to let Garoppolo start week 1, I think,
Yeah.
or it could end very poorly for
I
Trey
mean, you could
Lance.
start Mullins or Beathard
But
if you
still.
want to.
yeah.
That's fine with me.
But here's my point with Trey Lance. Like, you have Jimmy Garoppolo, so you have leverage in your quarterback situation, because you could just start Jimmy Garoppolo, say, hey, we still believe we could win with this guy. We don't have to believe we can win with this guy. We know we can win with this guy. We were 10 minutes away from winning a Super Bowl with this guy. Again, maybe not all because of him, but they can.
Y'all
they
remember
could
the
do
picture?
that. Yeah, they could do that, and I think they could contend right now if they're healthy with Jimmy Garoppolo starting. But you get Trey Lance in there, Trey Lance, who I think has the highest ceiling of any of these players that we're discussing right now in this video. I just love the physical skill set he has, very athletic. He's got that rare balance of athleticism, but also a high football IQ, no interceptions in 2019. The one full season he played led his team to a FCS national championship. Just really loved watching his game, the pure mechanics, the little things he does. Always looks calm and poised out there. Not going to force the throw. You watch him, he goes through his your first read, second read. If nothing's there, he'll either take a few yards on the run or just simply throw it away, which is something I love. But I also think with his athleticism and with his arm strength, I think he could really open up that Shanahan offense and, expand the playbook in San Francisco. And I think that, yes, the system might be working now, and a guy like Mac Jones could work in that system, but I think it's about making the system better and improving because I think when you're trading up to 3, you're saying we're not looking for more of the same. We're looking to get better. We believe there's a guy with a high ceiling. We believe our system could get better, and that's what I believe they get in Trey Lance.
When we're talking about Trey Lance, I believe that this is a guy that could have the progression of like what Josh Allen did in the NFL. He kind of started right away, or at least close to it. And I don't remember, did he start right away?
Josh Allen?
Yeah.
I think like Nathan Peterman started the first game his rookie year. They lost to the Ravens like 47-3, but I'll check myself on that.
Okay, well, so I feel like you could have a similar progression like that. It's not going to be great to start, but we could see MVP numbers being put up later in the career of, I almost said Justin Fields, but I'm saying Trey Lance. Speaking of Justin Fields, I'll give my argument a bit. And did you get the score exactly right?
Yeah, I got the score exactly right, but that's not the funny thing. The funny thing is Nathan Peterman's stat line. This is the opening game of the season, 2018. Nathan Peterman goes 5 for 18, 24 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks. And then Josh Allen comes in probably in garbage time because the game got out of hand quickly. Josh Allen went 6 for 15, 74 yards, no touchdowns, no picks.
Sometimes they run the ball, jeez.
A lot.
Yeah.
Good. 10, 17, 20, 22. Okay.
It's not that much, actually.
No, it's not. They must have just had a lot of 3-and-outs on offense. Well, they only had 3 points, so it wasn't very good. 3 to 47. Ryan got it right, exactly. Or 47-3, I should say. Because that's the correct way to set score of a game. Unless you're talking about, you're like specifically referencing the team that lost, and then you might say we lost 3-7.
No, I still think you say it. I say we lost 7-3.
I agree, but it makes sense that you still could say it the other way.
Jordan, give us the Fields argument.
The field?
The Fields.
Yeah, we're not doing that again.
Okay. Justin Fields, and like I said, it's a bit hesitant on this one, but I'm still going to stick with it. Now, a while ago, we made a table mock draft, and in that mock draft, we actually ended up putting Justin Fields to the 49ers, except they weren't at 3. They were wherever they were before, and we ended up mocking Justin Fields there, I think. Is that correct? They weren't at 3 yet?
When they were at 12 still?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think it was then.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, we did end up mocking Justin Fields there. And so I just kind of feel like that would be a good fit for them because I do feel like Justin Fields is a player in between Trey Lance and Mac Jones because with Trey Lance, we talked about he's more inexperienced, didn't get as much play in college. And with Mac Jones, I guess you could kind of make the same argument, but he really was playing at a high level with Alabama. And then with Justin Fields, he played with Ohio State for a long time. So this guy, out of these 3 guys, does have the most starts and most time playing in college, especially. I mean, Ohio State is no crappy school. They're a good football school. They always have some decent competition. I know the Big Ten wasn't as good to start, but their games got a bit more competitive as it went on this year. And so Justin Fields is no stranger to competition and to having to play some good football. Now, I do understand the negatives with Justin Fields. I think there's some progression that he'll have to have, but I do like how, as I said before, he's kind of a in-between player because he's not a pocket passer, but I also don't believe he's a pure runner. I don't think Trey Lance is a pure runner, but I feel like he's more of a runner.
A lot of it was
than
design
Justin
runs
Fields,
in the system he was in.
Yeah. So I feel like he's a guy in between, and there's going to need to be some progression with Justin Fields. I think Kyle Shanahan would be a great guy to teach Justin Fields all this stuff. Again, like Tyler mentioned earlier, I don't think Justin Fields is a number 3 overall talent.
I don't think any of them are.
Yeah. But they're quarterbacks. So
they are quarterbacks, and if the 49ers traded up to the spot and aren't picking a quarterback, I think everyone's jaw is going to be dropped, and it's going to be a lot of TVs punched in San Francisco, besides the ones that are probably already punched after over the years that they've had here. But anyways, so that's my thought on Justin Fields.
Yeah, so this entire video and this entire 3rd overall pick comes down to one question of if they're going to want to stick with what they've been doing, so stay with the same, or try something different. If they stayed the same, it would be Mac Jones. If they want to try something different, it would be Trey Lance or Justin Fields. That's the question that we're going to find out on draft night with the 3rd overall pick, because that's really where the draft starts with the 3rd overall pick. It's basically assumed that it's going to be Trevor Lawrence and then Zach Wilson. If it's not, then that's wrong by the teams. I'm just going to say that. So draft starts at 3. We want to make a video talking about it 3 different opinions as of right now. We'll have mock drafts for you guys soon as we are approaching draft night, which is super exciting. So stick around to the channel to see that. Also, like this video, subscribe to our channel, hit the notification bell, comment your opinions down below about who you think the 49ers are going to take, as well as your thoughts on what we said during this video. Go check out our podcast where this topic might come up, and our Instagram where we'll probably talk about the draft as well. And with that, we'll see you guys later.
See ya.